Hey everybody, this is the Classic Villain here, and I wanted to go live and see if anybody wanted to talk, and just wanted to see if y'all could like to have some participation in what I've had planned earlier. Um, had these five characters um, being able to compete against one another to see who become the Classic Villain champion. So but I want to see who can come on here and who wants to talk. But it's been pretty cold here in Tennessee. It's not like it is up north, though. It's colder than that. They're the ones that's getting all the snow. But these five characters that I've had on the Classic Villain is they're competing against one another for a chance to win the Classic Villain Championship. And I go by how many views a video gets, rather if they watch it all or if they just swipe away. A view is a view, in my opinion. So whoever gets the most views uh, are the one that wins that round. But I give it at least a week and a half maybe before I do another round. But the first round, actually the characters. Let me just go ahead and talk about the characters. We've got Freddy Krueger, Sinister Scarecrow, Black Plague Doctor, and MB Villainy, and James Ralph Bowman. And when I've also noticed that we've got um, a bull, Brutus Boulevard. But eventually I'm going to have to eliminate somebody because I can't keep, doing rounds after rounds after rounds with all five characters. So somebody's eventually going to have to get eliminated. And but it's just something that I was wanting to get on here and ask y'all about and see who y'all would want to become the Classic Villain Championship. So, but always make sure you go and subscribe to the Classic Villain on YouTube. You can also find it on Facebook. Type in the Classic Villain and follow it on Facebook. Um, my pages are set up in the page moderation to where you can't cuss at somebody, you can't call them names or this and that. And so it's very helpful because it weeds out all the negative comments, and um, that way I won't even have to, acknowledge you. Because if you say any type of cuss word with the ER, ING, or ED, or call people names or stuff that's not true and the rumors and stuff, my page moderation is like a football field long of words you can't say. So, and if you do say it, it'll automatically go ahead and report it. And that's the best part about it. It'll give me the opportunity to look at your comments if I want to, but most majority of the time I don't because if I can't see it on a post, um, then it's not relevant to be acknowledged. So, well, constructive criticism, um, like calling people names and stuff, or I mean, if you say you suck, this and that, whatever, it is what it is. But if you say, just off the wall stuff, just so you can, oh, I could say this. Well, since I could say this, I'm going to say this. And since I said that, I'm going to say this again, and it just doesn't allow any negative comments. I do know how to block, and I do know how to ban, so that's the best part. But other than constructive criticism, it depends on how constructive the criticism is. The constructive criticism can also be destructive. It's just a gateway of saying what you want to somebody, and then oops, I was joking. So other than that, though, um, I'm gonna do one more round of between these five characters, which James Ralph Bowman. That's my last foster dad I had when I lived in Gainesboro, Tennessee. So um, I can really do good with that character. I got a lot of people that want to watch it, and they're always asking me, when are you going to do James Ralph again? And right now, it's too cold to do any character whatsoever. So let it warm up. Um, just yesterday, Brutus Boulevard debuted on the Classic Villain. Um, it's a bull, so if that it's got a little humorous name to it, Boulevard. And Brutus means that you're, power and strength. Um, and before anybody asks, I'm not going to put a bull ring in his nose because Brutus Boulevard cannot be led. You see what I'm saying? You only put nose rings in bulls just so you can lead them where you want them to go. Well, you can't do that to Brutus Boulevard. He's a young bull. So, but it's another character that it's on the Classic Villain. We've also got Freddy Krueger. Um, that's a controversial character, but like I said, you can't call people certain names or make people want to believe somebody is this or that because you say it's true. But we've got MB Villainy, which it's me um, playing as a wannabe rapper, kind of like these wannabe rappers in Sparta, Tennessee, or these local counties that they're doing all this, get-togethers, and their crowd is actually, you know, their performance. They're their own crowd, if you see what I'm saying. And so MB Villainy is Mark Bowman, villain with a Y on the end of it, and it's just a character to where I'm making fun of wannabe rappers. So if you see that character and you like it, you can go and vote for him. We've got Sinister Scarecrow, which he spoke the first time on camera, asking for your vote, and it's a character that's got a few thousand views. That's what I'm trying to say, and that's why it's in one of the top five characters. And I'll read some comments as soon as I get done talk about what I'm talking about. And let's see, we've got the Black Plague Doctor, which there's two versions of that. Um, but the Black Plague Doctor of the 17th century has gotten a few thousand excuse me, a few thousand views, and we've also got. I'm trying to think. We've got James Ralph Bowman, Freddy Krueger, MB Villainy, Sinister Scarecrow, and Black Plague Doctor. That's your whole five, excuse me, characters, and of course we've got Brutus Boulevard added to the characters. But the reason why I picked those five is because those five are the ones that have gotten the most views, and so they've gotten a couple thousand views each video, so that's why they're competing with one another. And but the first round of getting it started and everything, James Ralph Bowman won the first round. He won like 560 something views, and the second round was Freddy Krueger. Freddy didn't do good in the first round, and so the second round Freddy did win because it was just each character with their like with Freddy's sweater and his hat and his glove, or we had Black Plague Doctor with his mask, hat, and a crow and everything, that a person would wear for a costume. And of course, we had MB Villainy with the '80s rapping. The gimmick is what I call, but it was a style back in the '80s and had a few $100 bills uh, and some chains and all that stuff. And of course, we had the Sinister Scarecrow where it had the bone pick and uh, the axe with blood on it, with the mask and everything. But it was each character's, their gimmick, the costume of playing that character. And that round went to Freddy Krueger. He done good in that round, and I think Black Plague Doctor was, second place in that round. So I'm actually coming up with ideas to where I could have each character talk about one another. So like James Ralph Bowman talk about Freddy Krueger, and Freddy comes back at James Ralph Bowman, or I could have the Sinister Scarecrow talking about uh, MB Villainy and Black Plague Doctor, and then maybe like have James Ralph Bowman talk about Freddy Krueger, and then MB Villainy, Black Plague Doctor, and Sinister Scarecrow kind of have a triple threat promo kind of thing, talking about one another. And after I do all that and schedule it to where I can put it on my YouTube, um, then people can go and vote for that. Who trying to make it controversial and entertaining, and let each character talk about one another. That could be round three. But right now, it's too cold here where I'm at, so I'm not going to be outside whatsoever unless I have to. But I'm not going to go out here in the winter time. Tonight it's supposed to get down like -5 here in Sparta, Tennessee. So, um, but let me read some comments. Let's see. Well, let's talk about how your shirt doesn't have Sting on there. That's a major problem. That's okay. I like Sting. So, if it's a major problem, it's a major problem for you, not me. This was 1998 on my birthday of March 29th, where Stone Cold Steve Austin faced Shawn Michaels, and Stone Cold won the WWF Championship at that time. So that's why I'm wearing it. But I've got a few Sting shirts, so I like Sting. But yeah, y'all could always throw me some ideas. Make sure you go and subscribe to the Classic Villain on YouTube. You could also find it on Facebook. Type in the Classic Villain and follow it on Facebook. Um, but I don't tolerate bullying, name calling, or anything like that. So um, that's what you like. That's the page for you. So, but I've got some other ideas with all five characters. Well, now I've got six. But uh, but Brutus Boyvard's going to have to like work his way up if it ever comes down to it, if he's competing for the Classic Villain Championship. So, who do you think should become the Classic Villain Champion? It's either James Ralph Bowman, Freddy Krueger, Sinister Scarecrow, Black Plague Doctor, or MB Villainy. Does Brutus Boulevard have a chance? He's going to have to earn it. But thank y'all for watching, and I'll come up with something else.